Welcome to another Demarcation Media Mega Construx review. Finding ways to display and store our figures is always a problem because space is always at a premium. These things fill up space really quick. I mean, look, they're tiny, right? But when you have like 40 or 50 of them, that's a lot of space. Or even when you have 20 of them, because we've gotten 2 sets over the past few years that come with 20 figures all in one pack. That being the 20th anniversary pack and the Halo 2 anniversary pack. So, I have something that I want to show you today because it's pretty darn cool and I think it might help you out. This is a prototype from RileyScheller. You can see he's got his little mark back here, which I think is pretty cool. And he is creating a system here using these little squares with studs. And that system is then placed into this large tiered stand. And this is set up in a way to perfectly display and store your Halo 2 anniversary pack and your 20th anniversary pack. So what I want to do is I want to show this off. And what I'm going to also do is have links in the description because you will be able to get these for yourself. He's in the process of getting it so that he can have production. And this, like I said, is a prototype, so there will be other colors. The base, I think he showed off some silver ones. I think I've got some pictures of those. And then I think he even said that you can get these in different colors as well. So definitely, if this looks interesting to you, go down into the pinned comment, go down to the links in the description, and you will find out how to get one of these for yourself. That being said, this is a prototype, so some of the things, like the studs on here, are a little rough. This is a more completed one with more fine-tuned sizes. But yeah, just keep in mind, this does have a few rough edges because it is a prototype. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to load up the 20th anniversary pack onto this in order so that you can see what it looks like. There we go, the entire pack is on here, and that does include the monitor and Cortana. Those spaces have 4 studs to allow you to stick on those little tile pieces. And then basically this is how it's meant to be organized. Now you could put them however you really want to, and you could even put other figures on here. But in terms of containing the entire set, I think it does it quite well. There are, spaces so that they're not so cramped together. There's particularly big spaces here. Mr. Chief kind of gets his own center section. The gold figures are up in the back. Now, I would switch this around because the gold figures are now the most visible, but that's just because I don't like the gold figures. But I think that's pretty cool. I think that would be a great way to display them. The only downside that I can see to displaying them on this is that if you have a shelf, it has to have pretty good depth here because this does stick out pretty good. Let's see, how many mega figures? 2, 3, 4. It's about 5 mega figures long. So you have to have a shelf that is 5 mega figures deep. Another thing that I want to point out, and we're gonna try the Halo 2 anniversary pack on here in a minute, but I want to point out that this thing is solid. It feels very heavy. Well, I wanna say very heavy, but it is heavy. It feels really good. Like, I know a lot of 3D prints tend to have a fragile feel, but this feels very nice and solid. I haven't been worried about breaking it. Even like this, there's a little bit of flex to it. It's not feeling like it's gonna just explode on me, so that's nice. I am much more, what's the word I'm looking for? I am much more on board with this now, knowing that this is really solid, because again, 3D prints can be fragile, but this does its job well. And there's the Halo 2 pack all loaded up. And I think this looks even better than the 20th anniversary pack, in part because that pack just looks not as good as this one. Like, this is just potentially the best figure pack Mega has ever made. But also I just like the organization more. We've got all the like Covenant associated figures here. We've got all the UNSC up there. And then I just like the way the miscellaneous figures are kind of spread throughout. You use the middle section to put another one of those like jumper pieces on there so that Cortana can go on there. I think that's pretty cool. Having Cortana as the centerpiece is nice. Now when it's down like this, you can't really see Cortana. You kind of have to see it up a little bit at an angle. So I think a mid-level shelf would be good for this. But yeah, I like that a lot. I like using the upper row for these guys because, I don't know, it just looks better. It just looks better to me. They're not the gold figures that look like bleh. So I think that's pretty cool. I mean, that's probably the best way to display these, just because there's so many figures. You just get a ton of those little black stands, and this is just so much cleaner and so much more organized. So there you have it. That is a stand that works with both the 20th pack and the Halo 2 pack. And I gotta say, this is a very promising system. I believe Riley said he's also going to be working on doing plates like this for Halo Heroes, where it'll be like a single square that you can stick a Halo Hero stand onto. So I like his system here. I think it's got a lot of potential. I think this could be expanded to fit even further sets. I could even see it expanding to fit like, say, a mongoose on here as well, or maybe even a warthog. There's just a lot of different things that could be done here. Now, just in case it wasn't clear, you cannot swap these plates yourself. They are fused in there by Riley to make sure that it's set up for the specific set, but this is how he produces it. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and consider subscribing, and I'll see you next time.